Morning, everyone. I hope you're having a good start to the day. It's Friday today, so that's always a good thing, isn't it? So, where am I today? Well, I'm actually just to the side of Boston in Lincolnshire, which is about an hour and a half drive from where I live in Peterborough. And I'm here to do a sewing workshop because I don't know if I've mentioned it before, but I absolutely love making my own clothes. I love the uniqueness of it and the fact that I can design things the way I want them to be, particularly vintage inspired or Japanese inspired. Just absolutely love it. So although it's an hour and a half drive from where I live, I do it on a probably every couple of weeks basis, and that's because I really firmly believe that we do have to have some downtime from our work life, particularly as business owners, because if you're anything like me, I can easily get caught up in working all day, every week, and not think about taking any time for myself. And that's not a great thing to do. It's quite dangerous and it's not great for our mental health. So I come here when I can and just enjoy the day. I'll be here all day. It's 10 o'clock now. I've been here about half an hour already. I'll be here till about 3:30. Probably get something almost finished while I'm here, so it'll be quite a big achievement. And I'll go home feeling much better about my life, and my mental health will be invigorated, so to speak. So I'm going to show you around the studio that I work at. It's behind me here, owned by a lovely woman called Kate Pingfold, who's extremely talented, great dressmaker and designer, seamstress, tailor, the rest. And she teaches me what I need to learn. Anyway, I'm going to get in now and do some sewing, and later when I'm back at home I will talk to you a bit more about self-care and how you could get it into your routine too. So, what a fun day I had sewing away there. I actually was making a dress, which I'm wearing today because it's now the day after I was at my sewing class. I'll stand up, you might be able to see it. Not quite. It's got a different coloured band on the bottom with pockets. It's made out of like a shimmery linen, which is very nice. And I look forward to wearing it more. So that was good. So I got that finished just about before I left sewing class yesterday, and just finished it off a little bit this morning. And now I'm speaking to you. So I just want to have a quick chat with you about self-care. I mentioned it in my intro because it's so important for us to look after ourselves in all senses of the word, really. And we don't always do enough of it. So I just wanted to encourage you to do more by having a little chat with you. So why is it good for us? And when I say us, I'm talking about the world in general, but I'm particularly talking about business owners because, like I said earlier, we can work all our godsends and be stressed out about what's happening. You know, a lot of us are working on our own, so we don't have the support perhaps that we would have if we were in a small business with other people working with us. Or like if you think about the support you get when you're in a corporate company, you've got IT people and HR people and the whole lot to support what you're doing, and then you're working on your own and it's like, oh, where's my support? So it's really important that you look after yourself, particularly in those sorts of circumstances. So what does it help with? Well, it helps with productivity. If you're looking after yourself properly, you feel more productive, and it stops that procrastination. You know, I don't putting things off. I don't want to make this video. I don't want to write that blog. If you can get yourself in a place where you're feeling good, or you know, those days when you wake up in the morning, you're feeling good because perhaps you've done something the day before to put you in that frame of mind. And you just get up and you get on with it, and you're excited, and you want to do that blog, you want to do that video, and that's what self-care does. And I'm going to explain what self-care is in a little minute, just so you know what I'm talking about. But just generally, just stick with me using it as a generic term for now. It helps with the energy levels. Even just having some quiet time or a massage, which are calming things, can still do wonders for your energy levels. So it can really up the energy, which again, you need if you're going to be making a success of running your own business. It really puts us in a positive mindset, so it's great for the mental health of us little humans, which we know is becoming more and more of a problem as time moves on and technology takes over. People are starting to feel differently about life, and you know, there are a lot of people around who are suffering with either things like depression or anxiety or stress or loneliness, and looking after yourself a bit more just helps to turn that mindset on its head and bring a little more positivity. I'm not saying self-care is going to cure everything. You know, if you've got a mental health problem that needs some treatment and you need to see the doctor, do it. You know, don't think that self-care alone is going to help. It can do a lot to help, but just get some advice first. And if, like most business owners, you get a little bit stressed about things, when I'm videoing, sometimes I do, because so many times the videoing equipment just doesn't work as I expect it to. The sound will go off, or it just won't work for it, and I get really quite stressed out with it. I don't have anybody to call on to help with that. And just looking after yourself can help with that calmness of mind, so you're in a better place to deal with those sorts of things. And it does help us build some resistance to illness. I don't look after myself as good as I could, I have to say, and I'll explain all that in a minute. But since I left my paid job 2 years ago now, I haven't had one single day of not feeling well. I haven't had a cold, I haven't been sick. I have days when I feel tired, but I haven't actually been poorly. Don't know whether that's anything to do with self-care, but that's just my experience. I left work, and I used to have so many colds when I was at work. I lived in an open, felt like I lived there. I worked in an open plan office, and bugs just went round and round. You'd hear them coming from the other side of the office, people coughing and sneezing. They'd be getting closer and closer. You'd be like, oh, it's getting to me, and it would, and that'd be that. I haven't had any of that. So I think it does help, just bearing in mind that the more you can take care of yourself, the healthier you will feel. Now, what I would say here is not to force it. So let me give you an example. I am not great at meditation. So many people say to me, you should meditate. You know, it'll help with your stress levels, it'll keep you nice and calm, it lowers your blood pressure, everything else that we know meditation does for us. And I absolutely agree that it does all of that. I know so many people who meditate and they swear by it and it does wonders for them. At this moment in time, I'm not saying it'll stay like this forever, I can't meditate very well. I do try it, and there's a few people I follow on Instagram and things that do free meditation sessions, and I will get involved with those, but I don't find it easy. It's something I'm persevering with, but I don't find it easy. So I find other things to do. For me, I can't shut my mind off very easily. I tend to find that if I meditate, my mind still continues to whir a little bit. I just haven't cracked it yet where I can switch my mind off and get the benefit from meditation. Although I still try, and I will keep trying. So what works for me is doing things that occupy my mind. So things that stops me thinking about work and stress and what's happening with my video equipment. So sewing is a great example. You know, when I'm sewing, I've got to be thinking about what I'm doing with the fabric, how to put the garment together. It might go wrong, so then I've got to start problem solving. It just keeps my mind occupied, so that's what works for me. Things like riding my motorbike. Obviously, I can't think about much while I'm riding the motorbike. I think often when I'm riding, but I've got to be watching the road and the traffic, and it just keeps my mind occupied in a good way. I'm not saying it's terrifying, it's really good. Sometimes I wear an earpiece attached to the people that I'm with while I'm out riding, and we can be chatting, which is good, so I enjoy that. I play the cello, just started playing the cello, so I'm not very good at it. That again is something that keeps my mind occupied. When I'm doing that, I've got to concentrate on the music. I can also play the saxophone, but while I've got braces on, I'm not allowed, so I can't do that. But if I was doing that, that again keeps my brain occupied while I'm doing something nice. So choose something that works for you. Don't just think, you know, self-care's got to be about medication. Medication could be about that, I guess. Self-medication, perhaps, I don't know. But don't just think that it's about meditation. It can be about anything that helps you. Running with a podcast, perhaps walking with the dog with a podcast, whatever. So, what is self-care? Well, there are actually 5 types of self-care generally. And the first one I want to talk to you about is sensory self-care. And that really helps calm your mind. So that's as you'd expect it to be, really. Hugging yourself under a blanket, you know, that feel of that blanket, keeping nice and warm, holding your pet and having a stroke with them, listening to music, things that sort of cause your sensory nerves to come into play, things that you can feel and listen to and smell, you know, aromatherapy oils, that sort of thing, is very sensory, and that can really help to calm the mind. So you might want to give that a go. The second one is emotional self-care, and this helps you face your feelings. You know, if you're feeling sad or fed up about something, or a bit depressed, or even a bit manic, whatever, then it just helps you deal with those feelings. And those are things like journaling, which is really good for you. If you don't do it, then give that a go. There's lots of YouTube videos and things. I'm going to be doing a video about journaling later, but if you want to have a look now, then get onto YouTube. There's lots of advice about that. Things like going to see a therapist, crying, you know, just things that help you express your emotions and come to terms with those. How you're feeling can help. Third one is spiritual self-care, and here we're talking about getting in touch with what really matters. So this is where you are talking about meditation, other acts of spiritualism, like keeping a gratitude journal where you write things down that you're grateful for, people read poetry, seeing the beauty in the world, you know, go for a long walk and notice the butterflies and the buds on the trees and spiders on the floor. Just notice the world around you, just gets you sort of connecting with your spiritualism. It's not a religion, it's just about connecting with the inner you, and it's great. I'm trying to do more of this. I walk my dogs, and rather than just walking along and not really noticing and just shouting at the dogs when they're doing something wrong, I'm trying desperately to take note of my surroundings a bit more, because it really does help. The fourth one is physical self-care, and again, this is quite self-explanatory. It's about getting your body moving. So whatever you enjoy, really. Running. I enjoy running. I listen to podcasts while I'm running. You could dance. You could do some yoga. You could just go for a nice long walk. Anything that you enjoy. Don't be thinking that you've got to run a marathon or cycle for 25 miles. Anything. Do some star jumps in the garden. Just get that body moving. And then the last one I want to talk to you about is just general self-care, really, and that's about getting lots of sleep. That's really important. If you can sleep for 7 to 9 hours a night, that will do you the power of good. Now, I know that can be really, really tricky. I can have some terrible night's sleep when I'm mulling things over. I'm one of these that tends to find that I can get to sleep quite quickly, but then I wake up early in the morning. Now, some advice about that in particular. I've looked into this a lot because this is something that happens to me a lot. And the advice is to actually get up and do something. Don't lie in bed and be thinking, oh God, it's terrible that I'm awake. What time is it? Is it time to get up yet? get up. So if it's 4 o'clock in the morning, get up, do something, have a cup of tea, do something useful, read a book, do the ironing, and then go back to bed. So apparently that's how things used to be in years and years and years gone by, particularly in medieval times. Apparently, people went to bed really early, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, knowing that they would be getting up in the middle of the night to do some work, to carry on, doing whatever it is that they do through the day, and then they go back to bed and sleep again. Apparently it works. And I do find that if I get up and have a cup of tea, read a book, or I even watch telly sometimes, and then go back to bed, I can get back to sleep. And I much prefer to do that than be mulling over things in my head. So try that. Napping is really good for us. If you're feeling tired and you can, then go for a nap. It really winds the body down, gets your body back in a good position. Power napping, there's all that stuff about power napping, wasn't there? And you can even buy power napping hoods now, which are great. I wish I had a picture. They're sort of padded, big helmet things that they're padded, and they've got holes in the side for your hands. So you put them on, it's the breathing holes and things. You put your hands in, and then you put your head down on a desk or wherever you are, and your steering wheel sort of blocks out the all sensory stuff, your light and your hearing, and you can have 20 minutes of that and feel fine afterwards, apparently. I've not tried it myself, but if you can Google it, get hold of one of those, that might help you. I'm terrible at power napping, but I know that they can be very good for you. And lastly, although we've talked about exercise, don't exercise if you're not feeling well. If you've got a cold or you're feeling unwell in any way, then don't exercise because it can damage your body. So that's just some general self-care stuff for that last point there. So it really helps to be good to yourself. Exercise in particular can help with a positive mindset. Exercise is extremely good for people who are feeling depressed and anxious, particularly if you exercise outside. So if you're fitting into that bracket, then try and get yourself outside. Again, it doesn't need to be anything major. You could just go for a nice walk. It's marvellous to get you into a positive mindset. It's great for building your self-esteem, your confidence levels, and it means you're in a better place to help other people. That's what we're all here to do. As business owners, you've got an audience in mind that you're trying to help, and looking after yourselves means you can look after them better too. So it really pays to take care. So be kind to yourself, folks. Be gentle with yourself, and take good care. Book in that massage. Go for that aromatherapy session. Go for that chat with a friend. It can be whatever helps you. Just do it, because otherwise you could suffer from burnout and you could suffer from stress, and we don't want that, do we? We've got business to build, we've got the world to conquer, so do it. Just do it. And that's it for today. If you enjoy these videos, then please subscribe below and press that notification bell so that you can get updates of when I've uploaded another video, and let's keep in touch. Any questions, just put them below and I'll answer everyone. Have a great day, everybody, and see you soon.